If I were to ask you straight up, do you like wasting money? You would probably be like, Mel, dumb question next. I'm not even going to justify that with an answer. But the truth is that like a lot of us waste money all the time and we don't even know about it because our money is just like coming out of our bank account on like these automatic payments. You never see the money, you never feel the money, but like it's actually draining your bank account, is draining your net worth. I guarantee it's probably like draining your energy without you realizing it. So I want to give you some tips here in this little session together about why it's a good idea to do like just a little mini check-in financially at the start of the year in your business and in your personal life, because it's not only going to save you money, it's just going to save you like admin time. It's going to save you the stress of just having this happen in the background. Like putting your head in the sand financially is so stressful because you will energetically, anytime money comes up, you're just going to be like, probably freeze. You're going to get scared. You're going to be like, oh no, like put it out of your mind, change the subject. So it's going to just give you that peace of mind to be like, no, I'm across it. I'm good. I know where I'm at. I know where my money is and I know where it's going. So that's the most important thing. So the first thing I want to say is you're likely wasting money without even knowing it. So if you were to open your bank account right now, so let's talk about like a business bank account, for example. If you were to open your business bank account and just look at the scroll to the past month's expenses and just look at, accept, acknowledge it as it is. It's not passing judgment. It's not even feeling good or feeling bad. It's just like read it as you would read like your name on a piece of paper, like, oh, yep, it is what it is. Okay, got it. So we want to look at that and just say, okay, where am I at a glance? Let me just see the sources of where my cash outlays are going. And then, so just know that money is leaving your bank account. And that's something that you want to take notice of because, and the reason I say this is because like I haven't and I didn't for so long, where I'd just be like, I'd sign up for subscriptions, I'd sign up for software and just be like, cool, yep, taken care of. And most of the time it was either like a monthly subscription, which is typically almost always more than the annual subscription. And I would just sign up for these softwares that I needed at the time in my business. And I just never really reevaluated whether I was still using that software. Like, had my business model changed? Like, was I still, needing this particular piece of my workflow in order to serve my clients in the same way? And when I did this, I noticed a few things because I was like, holy cow, oh my gosh, I'm still paying for that electronic signing software that I haven't used in like 6 months. The other thing was I was still paying, I think $40 a month for like a social media scheduling software that, again, I hadn't used in like a million years. But I was always so scared to cancel it because I would go to cancel it and then be like, oh, I don't know, maybe I should start to reschedule. But it was really that fear. And that's why I held on to these things, because I was like, maybe I'm going to use it in the future. I don't want to cancel it and then need it again. So you want to just look back at your recent expenses and just evaluate what is redundant. What are you paying for that you're no longer using? On a personal level, this might be like, say, a subscription to a gym that you haven't gone to in 3 months. And, because you decided that you like to work out in the park, or you like to, do walks with your friends instead of going to the gym. And it's not necessarily that like working out has become redundant. It's just like that particular avenue of it is. So like you've been wasting money doing that every month. So you want to just look at what's redundant, what's no longer working for you, and just cancel those subscriptions. And then for those actual subscriptions that you cancel, I want you to calculate how much money you're going to save a month and then annualize that out and say, okay, canceling this redundant subscription that is not doing anything for me is going to save me two, three, four, $500 a month. Most of the time it's a year, and most of the time it's going to be more. So that is a really important thing. The next thing that I want to talk about is you might be able to, there are certain cases of, instead of just completely getting rid of this service, you might actually be able to downgrade your plan. And the second thing is you might actually be able to just find a competitor that might be a free option. And I want to give you some examples for that. So my email provider, who is also my website, who is also like my domain host, and all of, everything, basically, it's my online store. I use Kajabi. Kajabi is phenomenal. I've used it from day one. I'm probably like 4 years into being like a super loyal customer for them. So I started with them on, I think, the low plan, and then I went up to the high plan, and I was just paying that monthly, not realizing that I wasn't really maxing out on its capacity. So I didn't have really the need to be on that big plan. So I was like, oh, what if I just kind of drop back to the beginner plan and save $70 a month? Wow, wouldn't that be amazing? What could I do with that $70 that I've just been spending, going out of my bank account, and that I'm not getting any value for? So that's another thing. One final piece is to find, instead of just completely getting rid of the service. So I'm going to give the example of like online bookkeeping if you do this yourself. So I've had QuickBooks forever. They have recently increased their prices per month, and I do pay monthly. And I'm like, you know what? I just don't know that like the value's there. I get quite confused by their online dashboards. It's stopped linking with my bank accounts, and I'm just like, dude, I'm not feeling it. There's too much friction here. This should be easy. Why is this not easy? And I've been looking at other options. So like wave.com, I know, is a free service or has a free option, but is comparable to QuickBooks. And I'm like, oh, maybe I can actually just jump ship, to say, to put it that way, import my data over, and then still get that service, still get that, I guess, value added, but it's probably going to be even more valuable. And then it's like I would be on the free option. So that's another way that you can start to evaluate whether these services are still, are you getting return on them? If you're a business owner, you always want to be thinking like, okay, money coming in, so cash inflows versus cash outflows, and preferably the inflows like exceed the outflows, because that's what cash flow is. And you want to be thinking about the money that does go out. It's not just going to be a tax deduction, okay? I thought this for years. I was like, oh, I'm just going to buy this. I'm just going to buy this. I'm just going to buy this because I need a tax deduction. But it's like, dang, like, don't just buy shit for the sake of it. Like, actually make sure that money is giving you the value too, because like you could get a tax deduction on like anything within limits, and always check the rules on that. But like you still want to make sure the money that you are spending, that you're potentially going to get a deduction on, that is actually going to bring its value to you, and to objectively assess, on an ongoing basis. This could even be like a quarterly practice to put on your calendars, to say like, okay, I'm just going to look at my expenses, no judgment. I'm not here to feel bad about myself. I'm not here to shame myself about my revenue, but just to look at them objectively and be like, okay, does this expense still make sense for me? Yes, awesome. If not, awesome. Also amazing, because you get to save a ton of money, and then redirect that money to another place of investing in your business. And maybe it's investing in yourself and your skills, and maybe your tech, to do new things and grow in new ways. So it's not, I think people look at or think about, financial audit is like, ooh, scary, like I don't want to. But actually, if you flip that and go like, dang, like I'm going to be so grateful for that money that I save, and the potential million other ways that I could use that money to help grow my business. and you just think, wow, that's amazing. I want to do this all the time. I actually want to do it right now. So that is really what I'm thinking today. And it is the start of the new year. So you want to start the new year right. Like, it doesn't matter where you were, December 31st last year, but like, what matters is today. Every new day is like complete new slate. Every moment is a new slate to think about things differently, to really change the way that we feel about our finances, to start to kind of like repair that relationship and make sure that your business is healthy. We want you to be healthy. We want you to succeed. And if this is something that you're really like, wow, I cannot deal with I cannot deal with this. I hear what you're saying, Mel, but like, it's too scary. I just want to let you know that you can book a session with me. I'll leave the link below. It's application only at the moment. I want to make sure that we're a good fit. And so submit that application. I'll send you a booking link and we can get on the phone just about, how do we get your business in the right place at the start of the new year? How do we optimize it for that cash flow? How do we make sure that you feel confident in what you're doing? And how do we make sure that, your lifestyle is really reflecting that business too? Because we want you to be growing in all ways. We don't want you burning out. So that is my offer to you. It is really an amazing thing to have that view of your business. So I encourage you to embrace that, to really lean into that, and to think about all the ways that you can use that money moving forward. And no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, I hope you're having an amazing day.